Okay. So we're holding Seif Tes, Likutei Moharan, Terech Aleph. We're holding by Seif Tes. Somebody who has merited to bring the makif in and to thoroughly understand the Torah that he's learning and to mechadish chidushim, not only that he can darshan this Torah b'rabbim, in front of people, but in fact he has to do it. And the reason is as follows: Kenachnu nikroim am segula. We are called a chosen nation, an auspicious nation. And what is alluded to in this is kemo segula shosim refuah, like something which is auspicious for refuah, which is good for something. But it's segula. What does it mean it's segula? Afal pi she'en haTorah mechayev she'yeh zeh refuah, even though there's no natural reason, scientific reason, principle that shows why this would be good to heal that particular machla. Afal pi chen hadavar hazeh mesugal refuah. This thing, is capable, has a capability of bringing about, therefore, this kind of causality is called segula. Something is mesugal. It is able, it's capable, it's auspicious, it's helpful in without any scientific, logical or anything that we can follow, reasoning that we can follow. But nevertheless, the two are connected. And v'davar zeh lemala mateva, and this is not natural. Happens. It's not a natural occurrence. She'en hasechel enoshi mevin. The human mind cannot understand this. Kmo chen, the same way, anachnu lo kach osanu Hashem yizborach le'am segulos. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has taken us to be His cherished nation, His chosen nation. Afal pi she'en hasechel enoshi mevin es kol zeh. This is not something which is understandable with the human mind. Why would Hashem, that created everybody, that created the entire world, will go ahead and pick one nation out of all the nations? Why would he do that? How come he came and he took one nation out of all the nations? At the time of Kiryas Yamsuf, the Midas Adin, the trait of judgment, in other words, judgment itself, truth itself, was indicting. Halalu oivdei akum. These are idol worshippers, and these are idol worshippers. They're both. In other words, there were idol worshippers in Israel also. So Mimela, they were not deserved to enjoy a miracle. How come? Afal pi chen HaKadosh Baruch Hu lokach osanu le'am kodesh. Still, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has taken us to become a sanctified nation. Nimtza shezeh adover kemo segula. This is like a segula. This is like I'm not even sure what's the proper English word for segula. Shul lemala mateh, which is beyond nature. Lemala m'sechel enoshi. This is above human logic, human comprehension. Zeh b'chinas makifim. This, the Ein of segula, is also Ein of makifim, because we said there are two types of makifim. The makifin that haven't yet come in, and there's a level of makifin that cannot possibly come in, as long as the mind is a human mind. We mentioned the paradox of pre-knowledge and free choice. There's no way to explain it with human comprehension. How can we have free choice if HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows in advance what we're going to do? This kind of conundrum is not solvable in human intellect. So this is a type of makiv which cannot come into human comprehension. There is another pchina of makiv which is possible for humans to understand it, but they still just don't understand it yet. So segula belongs to the first kind of makiv that human comprehension cannot contain it. It's b'chlal. The kind of nature of the chosenness of Am Yisrael is a segula, is a makif, is something that cannot understood with human seichel. Or misha zachal le'elu makifin, anybody who was zeicha to these makifin, le'holi loisam, and to give birth to them, has to reveal them from a state of total unfathomability into makif, and then from makif to inside, to seichel pnimi, to know. Nimtza shezachal avin segula. He was zeicha to comprehend a segula, something which existed in the level of segula, a level of unfathomable. Bevadei Yosher legalot segula le'am segula. So it is the just thing to do to reveal segula to a nation whose entire essence is segula. It belongs to them. It belongs. So each person according to his own essence, yeshlo pnimi, he has an inner mind that gets into his mayach, the makif, and a seichel makif that surrounds the brain and doesn't go in. So in each one according to his bechino, ma shechonenu Hashem, whatever it is that Hashem has endowed him, shiachnis hamakif lifnim, that let him bring the makif in, and to understand and to renew something. The Yosher obliges that he will bring in, and it said that comprehension of segula that was by him segula, let it reveal it to a nation whose entire essence is segula. And to bestow whatever goodness he was able to attain to others. Now we're going to explain that matter of the two makifim in this particular manner of Safar Netzniusa. This is Pirkei Revi. This is the fourth parak of the Sifra Netzniusa of that book, the hidden book, which was brought in the very beginning of the story. Atiko Tamri V'Sasa. It is concealed and unfathomable. Ze'ira de Ampin is Galia, v'lo is Galia. Ze'ira Ampin is revealed and isn't revealed. The Atiko is the Keser, Ze'ira Ampin is Ze'ira Ampin. So Atiko is totally concealed, it's unknowable. Ze'ira Ampin, it's known and not known. There's an aspect of known and unknown. Atiko, Zebchinu Makif or no? That this is the particular Makif, which is such a huge seichel that a person is not able to comprehend such a seichel in this world. The human mind cannot comprehend that. That is Atiko. This is Keser. This is a Makifin B'Fchinas Keser. Shem Tmirin V'Sesurim Mikol Tzad, which are exalted and completely concealed from any which way. בכל המשך הזמן של העולם הזה. As long as this world exists. ולא יסגל אלא לא עושה. It will only be revealed in the future. אבל בזעיר אנפין, however, in the lower level of זעיר אנפין, which is in essence chokhmas shel kol adam, that's the wisdom of every person. So a person is capable of comprehending them. Gam ba'em yesh pnimi, there is the inner aspect of the seichel that already went in the moich of the person. The person already stood it. Ve'amakif, and also a makif that didn't come in yet. The person doesn't understand it yet. In Zeir Anpin, which means the whole thing is either you understand it or you're capable of understanding it while in this world, while in with the human comprehension. So there's still Pnimi and Makif. But this Makif is not like the Makif of Atik, which is no way that you can get it in this world. It's a Makif you can get in this world. So each person, according to where he's holding, he has an inner seichel, that which he knows. And Makif, that's which he can know, he can potentially know. And those conundrums, that it is not possible for a human mind to comprehend. And Prinas Atiko, they come from these Prinas Atiko of the Olam Asilyonim, of the supernal universes, supernal realms. That's the highest of the world. This is the highest persona. The spiritual structure is called Atiko. It's Prinas Spheres Akesa. This is unattainable. And all the wisdoms that the human mind can possibly attain, and they're coming. This is they call the small face in the upper world. And this is already inside the 10 Sephiros. The 10 Sephirot, and it includes. That's the level that includes the 6 Sephirot from Chesed all the way to the Yesod. Sometimes they're concealed. Ibu that we said before, it's pregnancy. We said about Lois Gale. This is when it's not known. And when it's been revealed to you by shouting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then it is revealed. And this is Makif by you. And then, by sanctifying the 7 candles, you bring it into the Pnimi, into your Moich. And then you understand it properly. As long as that thing was by you something which is not known, the sense of unknown, it's like Mosigula. By you, it's like a Segula. It's like something which is not attainable, because you can't attain it yet. Even though it's not, in essence, a Segula like the Keser, like the Atika is a Segula, which per definition cannot be comprehended. But being that you can't comprehend it now, so it's also called a Segula. Segula, which means it's beyond the seichel. It's right now you can't comprehend it. Like something which is auspicious for a certain condition that we don't know logically why this would help with this. And afterwards, when you find out what it is, then you'll be able to bestow your good to others. This particular principle repeats itself in many places. Rabbi Nosson speaks about it in the union in the next Torah Chav Bes. he talks about the union of Nasa and Nishma, that Nasa is the Pnimi, and the Nishma is the Makif. And the movement is always to bring the Nishma into Nasa, to take that which is still ethereal and unknowable, and bring it down through davening and through Isbaidadus and through yearning to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to bring it down something that you can work with, that you can, this is part of your reality. And this is all the time from one mahalach to the next. And the level is always, the process is always such that between one state of makif and pnimi to a higher state of makif, because the minute the makif comes in, there's a new makif comes. It's like the waves of the sea. You know, a certain wave, it washes, or and then there's one right after it, and then there was one right after it. It never stops. You know, so there's whenever the makif comes in, a new makif is revealed from infinity, and so forth and so on. It's an infinite process. A person must go through a trough, through a valley, through a yerida, before a new makif comes in. We explained it quite a few times before. It's very, very important for a person to understand this, because lemaisa, when you have already come, especially when someone is young and you know, and he's interested in Yiddishkeit, he's interested in serving Hashem and in learning, and you come to a state that now I got it. Before I was like, whoa, man, I was like so far off. But now I know. And sometimes later, you come to a whole new level of asaga. And the one that now I know of before is laughable. Now I know. Before I was like, forget about it, I was so far off. But now I really know what you know, now I know what's what. This is because the makif became a pnimi. As you'll keep on going, a new makif will come in. And that which you said, now I know what's what, you know that it's not, you know, now I know what's what. And it keeps on going and keeps on going. Because the tachlis hayediyah shaloneda, the ultimate aim of knowing is not knowing. That you know that what you know is really only knowing on this level. But on a higher level, you don't know anything. And this you did. And it's a process that continues forever. B'ezrat Hashem, we will next time we'll learn. You know, this process of bringing in the makif in is the very essence of consolation and nechama. To be continued.